getting into the Libra reading here, starting off with tea leaf, then getting into animal spirit, then spirit song tarot, clarified by the Enchanted World Tarot, and then we'll grab a Queen of the Moon Oracle and a Happy Year Me affirmation card, as well as some charms here. Alright, let's just go ahead and dive right in. I will say I've had this like impending feeling since doing your meditation of just like overwhelm and like that things aren't going to get done in time. Perhaps you're hosting an event, or you just might feel that way. It could be something to do with like work or anything really. So just I was definitely being given to slow down. To know that you are enough, that it's okay to like allow things to fall to the wayside, just to focus on prioritizing, and to breathe, and it's all gonna work out just fine. It's more about really enjoying yourself. Excuse my alarm there. Alright, so let's see what we have here. Alright, we have wealth. Okay. Mice, discord among friends or family. Perhaps that's adding to your stress. It felt very household. So I felt like you were preparing for like maybe hosting an event or something like that. But it doesn't have to be. But it just felt like this household stress. Mule, someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. So perhaps whether you're hosting for something or not, you're not getting like the help. You feel like you can't delegate, which would really ultimately help you. I think you're trying, because I did actually get also to delegate, to make bite-sized tasks, to plan realistically, to delegate and prioritize. You feel like you're going crazy with how overwhelmed you feel. Alright, we have Cane. Pay attention to your health. Well, that's not what you want to see after I said that. But, no, I think, I did also get, tension, headaches. So, I think this is all due to the tension. You're carrying stuff in your body because of all the stress. So, what you can do there is, take time for yourself, breathe, let things fall to the wayside. It's gonna be okay either way. I think you can go into perfectionism quite easily, and things are gonna be fine like as they are. So just breathe. And with health also, I did get in the tension and just stress. Magnesium, which is better applied topically, so like using a magnesium cream. A lot of people will say that it's better to put on your feet, but you also can take it orally, maybe both together, and then also potassium. Eating foods rich in potassium, such as bananas and some different fruits. So just look into that. I am not a doctor, pharmacist, herbalist. I'm not in medicine by any means, so to do things out of your own regard, but that's, you know, a simple enough thing. But I think that that will help ease a lot of your pent up energy there. We have kite, vacation. I feel like, yeah, you are in need of a vacation, very much so. We have heart, love, deep affection, and caring. We have gong, an exciting event. So that could be what you're hosting, or you perhaps are going to an event and you're just nervous about it. And maybe not all of you are. I'm just feeling that, like almost feeling like you're going crazy with so much energy, which that can be excitement. I think you're like, a lot of you probably are excited and nervous all at once. Rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation is over. So that is always nice. Funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Okay, so that's kind of like saying, okay, so the most difficult part is over, but it's not, you know, life isn't perfect. You're still going to have lessons. You're still going to have ups and downs, moments of frustration, and, you know, that's just life. So, older man, dealings or relationship with an older man. So for some of you, perhaps that's not who is helping to delegate, or who's helping with the workload. For others, that this is a separate person. Perhaps somebody you have discord with, although I'm feeling that's more tied to this. But you'll know your situation best, so. And it could also just, perhaps you're a caretaker and it just puts on, it makes it even more for you to handle, so that's what's causing this frustration, not getting the help. Yeah, it could be many things here. Let's go ahead and get your animal spirit. Okay, this song came to me the other day, but it's coming in strongly now. I believe it's called Toy Soldiers. I'll put it up here. Yeah, that song's definitely coming through. Spirit guides and angels, messages for Libra. What does Libra need to see for their highest good? Messages for Libra. Whoa, well, there we go. Okay. So we have here fire ant. So it's definitely can be about passion, hard work, strength, lots of enduring strength. You will get through this. But definitely delegating and, you know, having a community to support you. And if you're not getting that, you know, perhaps seeking outside help. And we have fox. Your intuition is calling for you. There might be something you're ignoring. let's go ahead and read these for you. Alright. Fire ant. Aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. Fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances, rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. When in balance, thoughtful, disciplined. When out of balance, argues, excess heat, gossips. To bring into balance, solo time, walks at night. Okay, and then we need a fox here. Alright, fox. Smart. Strong partner or mate, wise teacher. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. When in balance, magical, ingenious teacher, monogamous. When out of balance, sneaky, unsure of their identity. To bring into balance, partnership, connection. So it's very Libra energy in that partnership. So perhaps I'm feeling for some of you that you have a partner who and you might even have kids, and perhaps you feel like a lot of the workload is on you and it's stressing you out. And there might be a way to approach this, because it seems like you have a strong partner who definitely is capable of helping. So maybe there's a certain way that you need to approach this. Reaching out and asking for help, and perhaps they just are struggling to adapt in their own way. And so I think things are going to get better for you. It seems the most difficult part of the situation is over. So now it's just maneuvering through it and figuring out how to share the workload and bring more peace for all of you. Alright, let's go ahead and get your tarot. Okay. Spirit guides and angels, messages So we have here King of Feathers, logic and justice. However, it did come in reverse. So I'm feeling like you can sometimes get so caught in the logic that it kind of, you ignore your intuition, you ignore matters of the heart, you ignore certain things. You're very detail oriented, being ruled by Venus. You can certainly get caught in the detail, caught in the motions. So like the fact, you're probably focusing on the fact that you just feel like you can't get it all done, and it's just kind of sucking the life out of your joy, your relationships, being able to connect with one another within your family. That doesn't mean you're to blame. Like, don't feel like you're causing this. But it's just, I think things just have been tense in that, like, you feel tense. I think you're very sensitive to your home space and to you know, if there's a lack of organization, I think it makes you feel disorganized and scattered in the mind. And so it's creating this tension in you because you want this stuff to get better and be dealt with, especially if you have an event coming up. I think that's really adding to it, which is why you're being very called right now to look at it, because it's going to help ease everything. So you're being called to look at it, to find ways to deal with it and to get support and community. You know, it doesn't just have to be your family, but I do see that will help as well, communicating to your family. But you know, even getting support from friends and external family, or even, but being mindful. We did see about gossip, so being mindful not to gossip, you know. For one, that can, like, even if people don't hear things being said about them, I find that people can still kind of feel it on a deeper level. So if you are frustrated and, you know, you get talking with somebody about these things frustrating you, which is what, like, venting, you need to get it out. You need to open up. I'm not saying anything against that at all. And we all, like, go there. I'm not in a place of judgment at all either. But I do think that perhaps while you're talking, sometimes, like, through the exchange, it might turn into, like, on the edge of, like, gossip. And then that could also be affecting things somehow, even if, whether it's heard or not, whether it's somebody's eavesdropping or not, like, it still could be playing an effect on things. But yeah, you're being called to step out of being too logical. Get creative. I think you have this creative passion. Perhaps you like doing creative projects. I'm getting, like, I don't know if it's sewing, yarning, what's the term? Crocheting. I'm getting something with weaving. Of course, that's not for everybody. Everybody's gonna have their own unique creative outlets, but you're being called to do that too, and in a way where it's like no pressure. So, not in a measured way, but in a very no pressure way, just for fun. Maybe even get out in nature and do this creative thing. Or take a class with a friend and just have fun, laugh while you're doing it and enjoy it. But also just taking time to step away from everything. I was feeling if it's having to do with the home and there's clutter or anything in the home that's overwhelming, create just your own little safe space, maybe the bathroom so you could take baths, and step away. And that can be your time to really let your mind ease, so you can tolerate everything a little bit better. Alright, let's go ahead and see these cards here. So in your challenge, we have 10 of Acorns, which is equivalent to the 10 of Wands. 9 of Feathers, equivalent to the 9 of Swords. And we have the Empress. Now this is your challenge. So you're struggling to, you feel out of control, is what I'm getting here. You feel very out of control. So something also, perhaps look into Zen Buddhism, and you can read self-help books or things about Zen Buddhism, or just self-help books in general, about letting go of control, radical acceptance, and learning to appreciate life even in the chaos. It's in chaos that a lot of creativity is born. So I do see you getting to this place of accepting it and getting into your creative place from it. Let's go ahead and see here. We have 9 of Shells, which is equivalent to the 9 of Cups in reverse. So taking time for gratitude as well is going to be very important for you. You're not feeling very connected to that. You're feeling, in fact, kind of the opposite, wishing for things to be different. And wishes, hope is a wonderful thing, because it's getting yourself into a place of faith and trusting that things can be okay. Wishing is kind of, unless it's going into manifestation, unless it's you see it as something that you work towards, wishing can be misleading. Let's put it that way. Kind of like the genie, a lot of times, it's again about manifestation. So if you put in the work towards whatever it is you're wishing for, or if you trust that it's possible and take a step towards it, then if magical things can happen. But if you are just wishing and yearning and not coming from a place of gratitude for what you already have, and not coming from a place of knowing that you can have it, then it's I'm kind of seeing the image of casting out a worm to catch a fish, and the worm just it's like just, it's not going to be truly fulfilling. It's like almost a wasted effort. You're putting your mind on this thing and creating using so much energy on wishing, and then it's depleting your energy and causing you, I mean, I think many things go into effect. It's not just that depleting your energy, but like, you know, you're putting this extra energy on just wishing things to be different instead of, you know, doing something different to make this work out. And I think you'll find that there is support. Perhaps you feel like you're wishing because you don't feel like you can do anything about it, or you won't get the support. But I think you will. I think it's just about your approach, taking different approaches, you know, trying to look at it differently and approach it from a different angle. Alright, this is interesting to me that it's like this. I'm kind of feeling called to look at it. Justice in reverse. Okay, I think this is because you're not feeling clear-minded. And like things just aren't working out in your favor. Let me put this here actually. But again, I'm kind of getting, you have the power to change this, to get clear. I think focusing on you is going to be a big part of that. I'm actually going to flip this and put this here because it's very just symbolic. You have the power to see these challenges, to accept and have and surrender, have radical acceptance, and approach things differently. Get clear, speak your truth, and change this. Alright, so let's go ahead and clarify. Spirit guides and angels, messages for Libra. Messages for Libra. What does Libra need to see? I always clarify with this deck because it is my tried and true. It is the deck I feel like most connected with. Okay. Ace of Swords and Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so you are definitely feeling alone in this. Okay, with this Ace of Swords, I sometimes have got this with Ace of Swords before, but I love that it's coming through now. I'm getting Excalibur. You are the one that can pull the sword from the stone. You are the one that can change this experience. I think part of it is going to come from lightening up too, realizing that you are carrying so much stress about it all that it's kind of seeping into other areas. Alright, we have Prince of Wands, which is equivalent to the Knight of Wands. We have Four of Swords. Yeah, you're not taking the rest you need to refuel you. So you're just depleting yourself and depleting yourself. Okay, so you're not taking also the time to reignite things with the ones that you love, your partner, and to like, you know, keep the wonder with your children if you have them. It seems like perhaps because you feel so flustered with everything, you know, it's seeping into your relationships and your relationship with yourself. Again, I think that's the biggest thing here, taking time for you to refuel yourself, because then I think you'll hold together a little bit better and things won't seep as much. You'll be more tolerant to deal with other things going on in your life. So that's your relationship with yourself, but also with your partner, your children. We have 10 of Pentacles in reverse, so yeah, that's the discord amongst your family there coming through. So really, that's especially being called to focus on. Perhaps it's just work stressing you the heck out, and it's like really you're not taking the time to, you're being called to get things in balance. You're not taking the time to, you know, make sure to put in effort with your family, which that happens sometimes. You know, it's hard to stay in balance and keep focus on everything. Things shift, but you are being called to look at that now, to make sure that you come back into balance. And Queen of Wands, that's again that time with yourself. We had the Empress here, so yeah, very much so making sure that you're good, that you are in a place of, you know, recharging your battery and feeling good about yourself. And also don't let this, you know, don't let life weigh you down and think less of yourself, because like we all go through this. We all have our ups and downs with ourselves, with like feeling high energy, low energy, and that affects our view on ourselves. Like, why aren't we able to handle things like other people do? Okay, so I'm specifically getting like that social media, maybe taking a break from social media as well, and maybe communicating. Mercury retrograde might be affecting you. I keep getting like I'm gonna speak too much too quickly, so perhaps stepping back in that regard as well. But I am specifically hearing social media, especially taking a step away from that during the Mercury retrograde is going to really help you, because I am getting that there could be like comparing, like seeing other people upload like their perfect view of their life and like feeling like you don't have it all together, when in reality, behind closed doors, you know, we're all going through this juggling effect. So don't feel that way at all, but perhaps step away from it if it is causing you, you know, to be extra drained, extra off in your perception. All right, and then we have here King of Hearts. So you are going to get in harmony, have you know, better your relationships. I do see you taking things to heart and really getting in that energy there. The High Priestess reversed. So I'm getting that with that again about, I think you are going to ultimately let go of some logic and connect with your inner knowing and your intuition more, but it's going to be a struggle. I won't be like, it's something that's going to take time for you to build. I think you are an intuitive person. I'm not saying that, but just that you're in a place right now where, because of everything externally affecting you, it is hard for you to connect internally. We are working on it. I see this as being, again, making sure you take time to step back during Mercury retrograde, perhaps, you know, slow down, not talk too much, not gossip, really be mindful of how you communicate. And that could be with how you communicate with delegating, or like speaking to your family about like needing some extra help, like. And we have Prince of Swords. So yeah, that ties into that again. That, you know, it is a little bit of a struggle for you to find the right way to communicate this. But ultimately, when you speak from your heart, it is going to work out. All right, let's get your Queen of the Moon oracle. Okay, my gut just hurt. Perhaps also look into, like, try to pay attention to how you feel with what foods you eat. Or even maybe look into probiotics if you weren't already taking them. Or if you are, perhaps see if there are ones that are you know, actually beneficial. You know, there are a lot out there that don't actually reach your gut, and so they aren't, you know, your stomach acid might destroy a lot of the what's left living in the pill. So look into that, look into just gut health. There's probably, I think there's some teas that are beneficial for the gut. Maybe fermented foods will help you. Whoa, okay. Gratitude, we did see that. So that's a big theme as well, to make sure you are at a place of gratitude. Appreciate what you do have. You know, just be so thankful for your I'm feeling called to like remember how lucky you are to have children, there are so many people who would love that. So be grateful of the family you have, and be grateful of the family before you, your ancestors, and that they brought you to here. You know, without our ancestors, where would we be? Look at the evolution of life, like how amazing. Like, we have air conditioning. Like, I feel like if you went back to the past, like, people would be like, what? And they would be like so infatuated with the idea of air conditioning. You know, it saves many lives, really. So that's something to be grateful if you have air conditioning, a shelter over your head. There's so many things we take for granted, so try to look at all the things, like not everybody has these things. And okay, I'm also getting volunteer work. But I think a lot of you already have enough on your plates, but I am getting for a few of you, perhaps if you like really struggle with gratitude, that's something, a journey that will really help you, is getting into volunteer work if you have time for it, or if you can make time for it. Protection. So know that you are protected in this period, and remember, the most difficult part of the situation is over. You're being carried out of this. So definitely connect to your intuition. Take time for yourself. It's very important for connecting to your intuition. And you can watch tarot readers, and I think it does help because it gets you connecting with your subconscious, with you hear different messages resonate, but I think it's important to even step away from tarot readings and step into your own. I mean, you are connecting with your intuition when you watch a tarot reading, but I think sometimes it's important to step away from everything external to really only hear your own voice, your own inner voice. We have purity. I believe this came out for the Virgo reading. So, and it is kind of relating to the Virgo reading. I mean, I always feel like Venus energy, even though I know Virgo is Mercury. But I always feel like Libra and Virgo connect in that kind of Venus energy of analyzing and you can get caught in logic by doing so. I think there's a connection between, with analyzing, I think there is a connection between logic and piecing together things, which is kind of the abstract. It's seeing patterns. But yeah, so you might be interested in that reading, or maybe but yeah, I'm getting with purity again, to get in your essence. Perhaps take baths, make your own little safe space where you can meditate and get away from it all and really just connect with yourself. Trust. I'm getting for that, trusting that things are working out, but also to trust your family and that they will meet you halfway, that they will support you, that they're just trust that there's support out there for you, even if it's external family or if it's friends or community in some way, or even if you need to reach out and get advice from a therapist. There's just many resources, so do look into that. And trusting yourself that you got this, and that it's okay to let some things fall to the wayside and to prioritize. Trust that things are going to work out for the best. We have creation, so yeah, getting into a creative space is going to help pull you out of that logic, from being leaning too much into the logic aspect, and have fun, and to connect with your heart and not just be caught in the motions and the humdrum and the getting stuff done part of life. And again, I do see that connecting to your intuition and your creative aspect is going to give you answers as well. There's a blueprint here. It's going to help build a foundation. Alright, let's go ahead and get your affirmation card. Spirit guides and angels, messages for Libra. Wow, okay. So for some of you, it's a specific decision. Okay, let me just read it. I trust myself to make the right decision. So yeah, we saw it was trusting yourself. So perhaps it is a decision. Perhaps it has to do with this event. Always try to be your best supporter. The true magic starts when you believe in yourself. I am evolving every day, and I am patient with my growth. And yeah, that's about not aiming for, knowing that the perfection is in the imperfections. It's in the whole journey, rather than, because you want to make sure you enjoy that journey, and that is the true perfection. If you're so focused on the end goal, on being perfect or reaching some state of perfection, then you're gonna miss out the whole journey. Each day brings new experiences. With each new experience, you grow inevitably. Maybe you're not where you want to be yet, but as babies learn how to walk, you also have to do it gradually. Be kind to yourself during this process. So giving yourself grace throughout this, and again, not getting so caught in the end goal or wishing that things were different, and enjoying and having gratitude with where you're at now. Oh wow, okay, so I am grateful for all that I have and all that I am. Oh, I'm just getting ear-ringing. Okay, so if you get ear-ringing in your right ear, it can mean a few different things, but it means you're on the right path. Being grateful is such a wonderful gift you can offer yourself. Take 5 minutes each day and reflect on what you're grateful for. Life is full of love, and I find it everywhere I go. You experience what you choose to direct your attention towards. If you want to experience more love, concentrate on loving yourself first. So yeah, so much about giving yourself that time for just you, and replenishing yourself and loving yourself, and that'll reflect back into your family. I am open to love. Love yourself, and you will be the light that others are drawn to. So yes. Okay, know that the love is still there. Some of you also might be single, and this is about opening up to love. Perhaps you're focused so much on working, and you haven't created space for that. But for those also who already are in a family, with a spouse and possibly even children, know that their love is there. You might have been so caught in your work that it's just felt like it's been lost a little bit, but it is there. You might just be blocking from it a little bit out of the stress. Alright, let's get your charms here. Alright, we have this apple drink. Perhaps apples are something that your diet is calling for, like a nutrient in there that you might need. I just heard potassium. I don't know if apples have potassium. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. I know bananas are high in potassium. That's the big one everybody talks about. We have a bee here. It's also, okay, I don't know if these were for, it was to some game, and it says B4, which just made me think of before. But it is a B and the number 4 there. We have a horse. So trust that there's progress being made. And that the most difficult part of the situation is over and you're moving forward. We have here a key with what looks like, it almost looks like a citrus fruit on the tip of it. So perhaps that's also being called for in your diet, specifically citrus fruit, which always reminds me of vitamin C. Perhaps that's what you're lacking. Or just immunity boosting. But also it's about joy. Joy, enjoying the ride, embracing every step of the journey is like the key to a happy life. And being grateful for what you already have. And we have here the violin. Some of you are going to take a class for like adding strings to your bow. But also I'm getting about like finding the right stroke, finding the right balance. You know, if you don't wax your strings and if you don't, you know, play, you know, get the right angle when you play, it's like more of a unpleasant screech. And so that's kind of like tension. You know, violin playing is all about like tension. The tension of the bow, the strings on the bow, the tension of pressing it to the strings on the violin itself. So it might be about looking at your tension, and I think again radical acceptance, knowing that like pressure is not a bad thing. It helps us figure things out and grow. You know, with like pressure creates the diamond, but you know, there's healthy tension or pressure, and then there's like unhealthy tension where you start carrying it in your body, and with health there. So definitely look at your tension. And try to find ways to relax. I'm getting also the progressive, the muscle relaxing, what's it called? Progressive muscle relaxation meditations. But also remembering that things are getting better. That in that radical acceptance, the most difficult part of the situation is over. So ease up. Alright, we'll leave this here. I thank you so much for being a part of my journey and welcoming me to be a part of your journey as well. Until next time, lovely folk.